Okay, well here we are at the rehearsals today at the ABC studios for the Rocky Horror Show. I tell you what, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. It's returning to our stages, and I am lucky enough to have a fabulous interview at the moment with Chris, the director. Chris, thank you very much for joining us.
Very nice to see you.
I have to ask you, I was watching you during the performance. Where were you going? Your eyes, everything about you, you're following everybody on the floor.
Yes, I do live it, I suppose. I love the show,
Yes.
and I love these actors. They're a wonderful, wonderful company.
Yes.
And it's just such fun. You can't help but get caught up in it. And I think possibly that the way I direct is to live it with them. And,
Yes.
and I hope not to an alarming extent. But I still enjoy seeing these numbers. I've seen them so many times now.
Yes.
But every time they come up fresh, they're amazing.
As a director, how do you gain respect from the cast? What elements do you use in your teaching to get that respect? I mean, you were an actor as well, and you
was
still
an actor,
are.
Yeah. And I like to think that the actors in the company enjoy the fact that they've got a director who understands what they're going through
Yes.
and can imagine what it feels like.
Yes.
No, I suppose with this particular show, I've been directing it for a long time, so
Yeah.
that helps. But I just try and have fun with them and make it an enjoyable process. And I think I love the piece, and I hope I can lay that to them and get them on board, and it sparked their enthusiasm.
Yes. And then when you're trying to get the characters to come to life, how do you work with talent to get that element that you're looking for?
Well, to be honest with you, it's quite easy with this company because
Yeah.
they are exceptionally gifted.
Yeah.
They can all sing, they can all dance,
Yeah.
they can all act, and
Yeah.
they're very funny as well.
Yeah.
Craig McLaughlin is, in the words of Richard O'Brien, the funniest Frankfurter of all time. And he is hilarious. And I find myself weeping with laughter watching him. So, it's not exactly rocket science with a group like this.
Now, we live in a world where the world's changing, social media, TV, it's all
Yes.
going online and everything's happening. Why do you think theatre is surviving? What is it that people are looking for, the audiences today?
It seems to be surviving better than ever, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really? I think maybe because everyone's sat at home with their computer, there's a joy in coming together and
Yes.
experiencing something with a group. And Rocky Horror is an unusually collaborative
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
And I think there's no substitute for watching it with an audience going berserk.
No.
And they do go berserk. Yeah.
Now, from London to here, what's the difference with the theatre world?
Oh, the theatre world generally. Well, I suppose this is a newer, younger industry. In England, it's so well established. I mean, I've just come from directing 2 plays at the Royal Shakespeare Company
Yes.
in Stratford. Well, that's been going quite a long time.
Yeah.
And we all come from that tradition of Shakespeare and even before him. So it's been there a while. But I think here what there is this fantastic energy. And there's a real excitement, a real buzz. So when a new show's opening, there seems to be a real sense of momentum behind it.
Yes.
I've directed here now a fair amount, and I just love it. And I love the theatre community.
Yes. So cast your mind back to when you were a little boy. How did you get involved in all this? Did you ever think you could make a career out of it, or was it just a dream?
No, it was a complete dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I am very much a fan. I still love going to the theatre, and I fell in love with the theatre at the age of, I think, about 5 when I was taken to see a pantomime in London.
Yes.
And well, first of all, I was an actor. I wanted to act, and I never thought of directing, but I did fall into directing. I did a show which just was like, I got the bug.
Yes.
And developed a sort of passion for that. And now I don't really think about acting anymore. I just think about directing my next show. So
Yes.
I'm very lucky. I do what I love doing.
So opening night, as a director, is there a routine that you follow like Cole Porter used to? What happens? What's the sequence of events for you?
I suppose I do have a sort of routine. I don't really think about it consciously,
Yeah.
but the main thing I try and do is give the actors support and encouragement. Because I think there's nothing scarier than setting foot on stage on the first night.
Yes.
It's much easier for me. I just sit in the audience. I do watch the show. Some directors don't. I do watch it because I feel I have to be there. But I couldn't bear not to be there. But it's it's a matter really of supporting them and helping them through it.
Yes.
But also trying to instill the idea that it should be fun. If we don't
Yeah.
enjoy it, what's the point?
Yeah, but it must be exciting to be sitting there, you're looking at your clock, and the next minute you see the curtains start to go up and you think,
Yeah.
now it's all autopilot, all the computers are kicking in, lighting rigs, and it's just got to work.
It's got to work, and there's nothing I can do now.
There's nothing you can do.
There comes a point when you have to hand over.
Yes.
Which is a sort of sad moment in a way, because I love being involved and I don't like to just be passive. But it's great because I have a team around me that are so reliable.
Yes. Well, look, thank you for talking to us. I love your passion and I love your energy.
Oh, thank you so
And what's after this? What can audiences expect?
After this play here,
Yeah.
this show here, I'm doing a new play in London at Shakespeare's Globe. on the South Bank in London. Very exciting, and you play about the Restoration Theatre, Neil Gwynne, Charles II. Really exciting. So lovely, different, something a little bit different after this, and something to get my teeth into.
And we've been chatting with Chris Luscombe today all about the Rocky Horror Show, and it's returning to our stages at the Lyric Theatre. Chris, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.